Talking about sequence and series in this video. So sequence and series. So first you need to understand the difference between what is a sequence and what is a series. Okay, so sequence are numbers which are arranged in some pattern. Okay, numbers arranged in some pattern. For example, if I take 1, then I'm writing 1, then I'm writing 2, and then I'm writing 3, and then I'm writing 5, and then I'm writing 8, and I'm then writing 13, right? So what do we see? That if I add these two numbers, I'm getting 2. Now if I add 2 and 3, I'm getting 5. Now if I'm adding 3 and 5, I'm getting 8. So there is a pattern to these numbers. They are not just randomly generated numbers. There is a pattern to the numbers. Now if similarly I can write 1, 4, 9, 16. So here again we have a pattern to the numbers, which is square of all the nuts. 1 ka square is 1, 2 square is 4, 9, 3 square is 9, and then 4 square is 16, and so on. So you have a pattern in this. If I put a plus sign in all of these, okay, they become a series. Okay, when I'm trying to take a sum of all those numbers, I'm trying to talk about series, not sequence. Okay, so this is the basic difference between sequence and series. Now we have two types of sequences. One is arithmetic progression and one is geometric progression, which is very important. Okay, there is AP and there is GP. Okay, there is AP and then there is GP. So for AP, the numbers have a common difference. Okay, so what do we see? This is my first number, which is written as A. Now if I subtract these two numbers, that is 7 and 3, of course the second number from the first number, never the first from the second. So B minus A, that is 7 minus 3, is what? 4. So D is 4. Similarly, I have to check that the difference is same throughout. So 11 minus 7 is 4, 15 minus 11 is 4. So what am I getting is, if these numbers were not written like this and we had some series like this, A, B, C, D, dot, 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 that these are in AP, implies what? B minus A is equal to C minus B. B minus A is equals to C minus B. Therefore, 2B is equals to A plus C if I just interchange the sides. So B is equals to A plus C by 2. This is a useful identity to remember. Okay. Now, there is a formula for general term. That formula and all these things you have already studied in class 10. Okay, so this is a very basic. So general term is A plus N minus 1 times D. Now what do I mean by a general term? General term means that, like, I want to find any term. Like if I say I want to find the 20th term of this series. So N will become 20 minus 1 and D here is 4 and A is 3 over here. So I can find the 20th term of the series. Now I don't know which term is this 3, 6, 7, right? So I can write A is, I know, is what? 3. 3 plus N, you don't know here. And D is given to be 4 is 3, 6, 7. So using this formula, you can also find the N, which number of term this series is. Like this number is, okay? And maybe in some series you might have been given A, you might have been given N, you might have been given the number, that which number is that, like 20th number you might have been given over here, but you don't know the D, so you can find the D. So these type of question you have already done in class 10. So that's there. So this is the basic formula for general term. Now the next formula that you have is sum of the series. Okay, this is from the first term, okay. Now if I say find the 20th term from the last term. So this is my last term of the series, right? So I want to find the 20th term from the last term. Then my formula is L minus N minus 1 times D. Same formula, instead of A you have L and instead of plus you have a minus. So you need to remember this from the last term. If you have to find the term, 20th term, 30th term from the last term. Then Sn is the sum of all the series, okay, sum of all the numbers, and an AP series. So now I'm saying series, right, because I'm adding them. This is Sn is equals to n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 times d. So again, you know the meaning of a, n and d. So you know how to put the formula and just solve. You can also use this formula as well, which is n by 2 a plus l. Now sometimes you have been asked to take 3 terms in an AP. So when they're talking about taking 3 terms in an AP, you will generally take the middle term as a, the term preceding it is a minus d, and after it is a plus d. Now if it is, this is odd terms, or if it were the even terms, then a minus d, a plus d, before that will be a minus 3d, and after that will be a plus 3d. Similarly for 4 terms will also be there. 4 terms is again even numbers, so you can have middle term as a minus d, a minus 2d, a plus d, a plus 2d. So you can go in that manner. So this is all about AP. Now talking about GP. Okay, now what is the difference between AP and GP? Basic differences. Here you have a common difference. You are adding and subtracting a same number throughout the series. In GP, you are multiplying a same number or dividing a same number throughout the sequence. Okay, so you have 5 by 2, comma 5 by 4, comma 5 by 8, dot 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 dot. So what is happening over here? You are every time multiplying with what? Half. Every time I'm multiplying with half. How do I get that? Dividing the second term by the first term, which is 5 5 cut 2 cut 2, which is half, right? So my R over here is half. So my common ratio over here is half for this series. And what else do I have? My first term is 5 by 2. Okay, so my first term is 5 by 2, and my first term is 5 by 2. And what else I was talking about? Similarly for here you have a general term formula. Same way you will have a general term formula over here, which is a r to the power n minus 1. A r to the power n minus 1 is the general formula for this. Again, you don't know a particular term over here, like say 20th term, 30th term. You can put it and you can find that term. Similarly, you had a relationship over here if the terms A, B, C, D are in AP. Now, if A, B, C, D were in GP, then what would you have done? You would have divided the second term by the first term, correct? You would have divided the second term by the first term, which is B by A is equals to C by B, correct? B divided by A, the second term. So here the next term is this, so C divided by B. So this is B square is equals to AC is my identity over here. Similarly, for them from the first term, if A, you want to find a term, you have A r to the power n minus 1 general term. From the back, if you want to find from the last, the formula is same L 1 by r to the power n minus 1. So the only difference is there is a reversal of the ratio over here. Okay, because from the back, if you're multiplying from the front, but obvious from the back you're doing what? You're dividing and coming. Okay, so that's there. Similarly, you have sum ka formula, sum of GP series. You have two formulas here, like same formula, but if r is greater than 1, okay, if r is greater than 1, you will just instead of 1 minus r to the power n, you will have r to the power n minus 1. Okay, I'll just write it down. A r to the power n minus 1, r minus 1. That if r is greater than 1, because we don't have to have negative over here. Basically, if you're getting a negative, means you need to change the formula's position. Okay, and this is visible. Now one last formula is sum of an infinite GP series. Infinite means what? That the numbers are going till indefinite. I don't know where they're ending. I don't have my end point. For that kind of series, we have a formula A 1 by r minus A by 1 minus r. This is going to be useful in probability in class 12 as well. S infinity is equals to A by 1 minus r. When your number of terms are undefined, you don't know where they are ending exactly. So this is S infinity is A by 1 minus R. So you have basic an idea. I've given a chalk idea. Okay, what is AP, what is GP, what are the formulas. Now in the next video, we'll be talking about individual sums from AP and then from GP. And even we have AM and GM as well in the syllabus. So we'll talk about that later. So this is a gist, as far as I would say, of all the formulas that you need to know. Similarly, three terms over here you will also have. Again, you will have the middle term as A, the term preceding it as A by R, and the next term as AR. So the middle term is generally tried to be taken as something without any like R on it. The middle term is taken as A, not the first term. Okay, so that's it.